Hello and welcome. Today we'll speak about how to define vector layers legend. Let's say that the legend is based on symbols. And why symbols? Because symbols help users to read easily a map and distinguish one element from another. And how should be a symbol? A symbol must represent as much as possible the corresponding layer. Conventional legends can be applied by gvSIG plugins. Well, as I told you before, a legend is based on layer information. And how can I check what they are? Let's say, first of all, I have to activate a layer by left click. Then with right click, I open the contextual menu. I click on attribute table. As well, after having activated, I can go on layer, show attribute table. And here you see all the full attribute table of the layer. But I can as well check the single feature information. I always activate the layer, in this case country. Then I can click or on this icon, information by point, or layer, attribute editor. Then I click on the feature, and it will appear the information available for the single feature. Well, if I want to add a symbol to the layer, I activate the layer, right click, properties, and here it is layer properties window. I click on symbol and have all the different ways to symbolize a layer. The easiest and simplest is the unique symbol. I mean, all the features in the layer are shown in the same way. I can choose a symbol, I can change the fill color, the border color, the width of the border, and the transparency of both the fill and the border. Then I click OK when I am satisfied. Well, unique value, we use unique value to give the same color to all the features having something in common. For example, can be used to differentiate the cities of different districts, different types of roads and rivers. I click here on unique values. I choose the field to be used to classify. Then if I want to give a color to let's say features that are not included in the legend, and then I add all. And as you see, I can also save a legend or load legend predefined. You see, in this case, I've used South America and classification field country name. Here, then add all, and you see all the country name of South America are listed. And if I apply, you see it has been applied the legend. I can as well change symbol or a single feature. Right click, change symbol. Here I've chosen Brazil, and then I can have a lot of by default already available symbology, or as well I can click on new, and I have, let's say, several different symbols. In case of line, you see here, or point. But as I told you before, if I click on new, I can, let's say, compose my symbology by adding icons, marker, different lines, different picture. Then they say this is an advanced way to classify my symbols. I can classify as much as I want. There is another way of symbols is expressions. User can enter one or more parameters to distinguish one or more features inside the layer. I can click as well other value if I want that other values except the one selected by expression will be classified in this color. Then I make new filter expressions, and maybe I want to put in evidence all the countries whose population is more than 50 millions. So just double click population country, then I type more than 50 million. Here in the symbol I will write more than 50 million inhabitants, then OK. And you see here in the world, in pink, I will have all the countries whose population is more than 50 million. We can also apply bar or pie charts. Here I can select bar or pie. Just select, this is, let's say, the layer, the field in the table. I will select which one will be inserted in the chart legend. Then I click OK. And you see here I have this different chart legend. In case I use field whose sum is the 100%, let's say male and female, or the elector during the election, I can use pie chart. I add the information I want to make part of the graph of the chart, and then OK. Let's say apply. There is as well a graduated symbol that can be applied as symbology. Here it is, graduated symbol. I select also the classification field, the natural interval, the type of interval, how many intervals I want to be in the legend, which is the smallest size and the biggest size of the intervals. If I want to change, I can use square or icon or whatever, the color background. Then I click compute intervals, and the system will define the intervals and the threshold. I can change both symbols by double click, the thresholds, double click, and the label, just click inside and type. Then once I have satisfied as well, I can use save legend for later application. Then I can apply or accept. You see, in this case, the population will be a bigger point according to a higher population. And intervals that both graduated symbols that we have already seen or intervals can be applied only to numeric attribute. So let's say in this case interval, for example, I want to classify the countries according to the area, the interval type, how many interval I want to calculate, the ramp, so let's say the begin color and end color, and I compute intervals. So here the software automatically create 5 intervals with the color ranging from red to blue, and this is the result. So you see here the intervals and the relative color. I can match both of these last two classification in quantity by category. Here you have the field that we classify with the interval systems that we have seen with the color ramp. Here we have the one we classify with the system of graduated symbols. Here the symbol, and here is the field. You see, this is exactly the same we have seen before. Interval and symbols, graduated symbols. And also in this case I can change the symbol, the threshold, and the label. Once I finish, I will apply, and you see, you have in the same map, in the same view, both information with one single legend. And remember that color, size, and intervals can be changed by entering in Properties symbol window. Well, now we can load and classify vector layers. Now assign them a label to better understand who they are. So next will be label procedures.